What's going on, everyone? This is Michael with Just Another G.I. Joe show. Looks like I'll be going solo. Fred could not make it tonight. It's his fiance's birthday party get together or something more important than this. But and then I was trying to get Bobby on last night to talk about Action Force, but unfortunately he couldn't make it either. So pretty much winging it by myself. So we'll just do a little bit of information talk and kind of a little something, some stuff I want to talk about. Try to keep the show a little bit alive. Got an email a little while ago while I was out with some friends, or earlier today, I guess it was. For people who don't remember, there was a campaign for the Larry Hama action figure. I'm actually was trying to find when this was like done, all said and over with. I know the original date that we were supposed to get it was May 2018, and here it is, October 2019. So I'm going on a limb and think that it was probably somewhere along the lines of, and I guess maybe it ended sometime in 2017. So it's been a couple of years, but apparently there's been some, I'm not sure what the deal is, but, what all's been going on with this. I've kind of half-assed read the updates. I only got $25 invested into it, so I figure it's not that big of a loss if I never see this figure. But it says October deadlines. The headlines is we have recovered our tooling, and I can be a bit more open with what's been going on behind the scenes. Now, that just kind of irks me a little bit that apparently there was something major going on, or, whatever the case may be with these warehouses out there in China, or whatever the case may be. And apparently they're using the same warehouses as, what was it? Eagle Force. And I think there was a couple other ones, Sapiro Toys, and Animals of the Warrior of the Kingdom, all that stuff. Apparently, I guess, let's see here. Well, I guess I'll kind of read it together. Let's read together. That'd be nice. Once I find the damn tab I was just on. There it is. This is the factory manager for both our Eagle Force and Larry Hama figures, and is the reason we do not have our toys. So this dude who's sitting here giving the thumbs up like a big jackass is the guy who apparently was supposed to be doing these toys. Apparently, I guess it's one Chinaman who does it. I guess that, since they have children's sweatshops, I guess they have adult sweatshops as well, or one guy does all the work by himself. I'm not sure how accurate that is. I'm sure it's nowhere near accurate. I'm just, vomiting at the mouth. I'm not beginning to pronounce this guy's name, but such and such has not been able to deliver on his commitments for completing either our Eagle Force or Larry Hama projects. He has been paid to finalize production, but currently takes anywhere from 7 to 15 days just to reply to our messages, oftentimes leaving us in the dark as to what is going on. It's important to understand this was not always the case throughout most of the process. He was very responsive. Completed the initial run of America Kingdom Animal line, basically what that is, on times, and revised our tooling, which he recognized as his mistake. So we could scale up our figures to the proper 1/18 scale. Yeah, I remember them being the wrong size there for a little bit, and they're supposed to be getting that fixed, whatever the case may be. Looking here in the chat. Rufus, thanks for following me on YouTube, and if you're still in here, thanks. And then McDowell, is that right, I guess? Yo, what's up? Okay. However, once we paid him for production, this all changed. See, that's the first thing you never do. Never pay for anything up front without the product in hand. I think it's a load of crap. I don't care what no one says. That's how they do business or whatever. As we can honestly see, this is real shitty business to pay the Chinaman up front and for him to not give up, basically take your money and runs what it amounts to. That's what it sounds like, at least. Over the last year, he started to drop the ball again after we got our new project manager, some guy named Chris, who currently handles development and production for the Four Horsemen Studios, and his local team on the ground involved. It seems to get worse. He came even more closed off. So apparently he didn't like the Americans coming over there and telling him how to do his job. Refused to communicate. There we go. I'm sure there's a language barrier between China and America if they don't speak the correct language. And wouldn't move the project forward to meet our upon timeline. Well, from what I understand, the timeline has changed multiple times. It even got to the point where this dude over in China would be hard pressed to commit to any specific deadlines. Superior Toys, as well as a few other companies were known about, began to have similar challenges. So it sounds like no one needs to really work with this guy at all whatsoever, because he seems to be a guy who just wants to take the money and run. I wanted to get that figure, missed the backing opportunity. Yeah, you know what? I mean, for a figure we were supposed to have back in 2018, I was hoping to have that figure in order to get autographed by Larry Hama at the final JoeCon, which sadly that still has not happened. So, probably maybe money and headache saved is what I can say on that. We're currently we are taking the stand that so-and-so is holding our project, funds, and property hostage. Well, please get SEAL Team 6 over there and get our fucking toys back, is what I want to say about that. He has admitted that he has not completed the manufacture for all the parts needed and completed final assembly. This has been confirmed by Chris's team and have visited the assembly factory several times and found many figures half completed while the factory waits for the remaining parts to be delivered by so-and-so. The project can be finalized. Although so-and-so recently apologized for the delays, he has not been able to provide any update images or timelines. Only a new proposed delivery date of late January 2020, which is really like 3 months away. I don't believe that. This, of course, I'm sure he meant to put is unacceptable, but we have a little resource. If you're going to say 2020 is unacceptable, wouldn't you think anything that was past May of 2020 or May 2018 was unacceptable? I would say that was unacceptable. So I mean that's an issue I have with Kickstarter. I'll get to that here in just a minute. This, of course, is unacceptable, and we had little resources as he has refused to return any funds. Well, I guarantee you're not going to see your money. We have paid him and turned over our tooling to Chris in a new factory over the last 8 weeks. We have been trying to negotiate with him, including Chris's team, visiting him in person on a few occasions. 3 weeks ago, he finally agreed to hand over the tooling. However, he missed the initial date that was agreed upon. Well, imagine that. This guy who can't hit a production giveaway time or whatever the case may be, missing a time to give you the stuff. I mean, what were you expecting? Him to be early? Hand over the tooling. However, he missed the initial date. Yeah. So we had a new target date of last Friday to pick up the tooling. I'm happy to report we now finally have our tooling in hand. See images. Yeah, I see boxes. I don't see product, nothing near a box or product or anything. Just 3 pallets of stuff. I'm assuming that's your tooling. I'm not, I don't know what this shit looks like or what it's supposed to look like. All I know is I want my toy is what I want. I think, of course, everyone's going to say, what can you really say? I mean, a dude takes your money. I mean, I guess this is what you get from possibly dealing with like the black market of China, I guess. I don't know, man. I mean, let's see. This is a huge win for us. Yeah, a huge win for you, but still a late delay for all the fans who have their money invested in this. More than, there's some I'm sure that invested more than $25, which I'll get to that here in a minute. We've been hostage to negotiation for 2 months. Until last night, he held our biggest asset, the steel tooling. I had to be very careful how to navigate the situation, including not being vocal online or to our backers, because of any point this dude could easily damage our tooling, and we've not been able to recover anything. Just so everyone understands, the steel tooling is our most expensive asset and also the most volatile. We have 9 steel tools, and any one of them can easily be damaged by even something as minor as a key scratch. Now that we have the tooling, I can be more open about where we stand. I got a little bit of a problem with that. I'm not. Let me take a quick look over here on the Kickstarter program. The campaign ended in May. So this dude made $34,108 from 748 backers. I selected the $25 or more is what I did. And I guess the most you could have done was a $100 pledge, which 20 people did that. Standard Larry Hammond action figure, metal trading cards signed, and mystery accessory. Figure comes carded on a bubble, international shipping available. So he sold out of those, it looks like. Then there was an $85 one, and then there were 50 backers of that, $55 one. I mean, there was more than, of course, I guess I was being cheap. I just wanted the figures, all I wanted, so I guess it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, Chris, I agree with you on this totally. I believe that he should have been upfront with the backers, especially the backers. He has time to write this novel, explain to us what happened, his money and tooling being held hostage by a Chinaman that's scared to come out of captivity or some BS. But you don't have 5 minutes to come back in, really, update us on what's being done, I guess. All right, let's see here. I know this is not news anyone wants to hear. It's a cluster. What do you think? And I have tried night and day every day for the last 3 years to avoid this nightmare. But sadly, there are types of situations that can happen when working in China. This is why you should have your shit made in the good old US of A. Screw the Chinaman. You know what? Find something local. There's gotta be something in America, for God's sakes. I mean, this is just ridiculous, where you got to rely on China making your toys. But look at me, for God's sakes, look at John Russell. He makes all his crap himself. So let's see. 3-year nightmare. I have been to the mouth. Okay, here's the best part. I have lost a significant amount of personal funds outside the funds we raised on Kickstarter, and my business and reputation have been ruined by this dude. It's not lost on me that this situation has impacted others who want to use Kickstarter as a platform. And for all that, I am truly sorry, which is kind of true. I mean, this should make some people kind of hesitant to even to give your money to Kickstarter, because technically you are funding him to get it made. And if you read everything correctly with Kickstarter, he can basically take your money and run if you want to. He doesn't technically have to give you a product when it's all said and done. That's the only downside to a lot of this. The dude, if people wonder why I keep saying this dude, I can't pronounce this guy's name, and I'm not going to attempt to, has our funds, and all we can do is try to take ownership over this situation as best we can to finalize the manufacturing and get our figures complete by the end of the year. We are also considering contacting the local authorities to report dude, but we have been advised that at this stage this might not have an impact and it could cause further delays. I don't understand what it can cause further delays since you have the molding to do the figures and you got someone else doing it. You can still turn the dude over to the authorities, in my opinion, but maybe you're just a pussy about it. I don't know. Let's see. For those who are compensating the Kickstarter and working with China, let this be a strong lesson that it can be a nightmare. No matter how much blood, sweat, and tears you put into doing or dotting the I's and crossing the T's, the factory holds all the cards. Look for the most regular update to follow. Yeah, I guess that's a kind of an issue, I guess, is that, you who knows what you can really do, stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of hard to understand, yeah, you went this direction. And apparently, he's not the only guy out there who's had issues with the China people over there about getting their stuff together, stuff of that nature. I'm just not real sure on all that. But I don't understand it. But anyways, it was a Kickstarter. It ended. Man, I'm not for sure. Man, I wish I knew when it ended. Let me see. Let me go through the comments real quick. See if, of course, all the comments aren't the greatest in the world. Everyone has their opinion on it. Not to blame. Him. But I mean, when this, shit was hitting the ceiling, I mean, he should have started a while back. When you're looking at over, I mean, was it May? We were supposed to have it May. Let's see, campaign. Yeah, when it was estimated in May, that's 5, or, a year. We're looking at 17 months past the original deadline. We're looking, they're saying possibly the end of the year, possibly, maybe the 1st of January or late January, they said it was. Yeah. So I don't know what to really say with stuff like that. So Chris says, no, what ruined his reputation is this statement and the facts that he said he initially kept his backers uninformed. That's a shitty way to do business. Yeah, I agree with that about 85%. I see the 15%, which really doesn't mean shit, that he kept us all in the dark, that this was going on, that stuff was being held hostage, which is kind of a thing of saying, yeah, there's a good possibility that we will not ever see this figure whatsoever. And him saying that, he's and saying that he has no, he's out money in his own pocket. Well, I'm sorry, that's kind of what reap what you sold, in my personal opinion, to be honest with you. That's just me. But so that's the update going on so far with that. Another thing I want to talk about. Let's see here. We're going to do the emphasis screen share. I'm not pretty good at it. So hopefully everyone, yeah, there we go. Everyone's looking here. Bobby kicked off his Kickstarter yesterday early. He sent me a text message, man. What time was it? He sent it. I was actually on the road. Yeah, like 10 o'clock in the morning. He sent me a message telling me the Kickstarter was live and going. I'm surprised, or I'm happy to say that within 24 hours, over 24 hours, he's already at 50%, which is actually amazing that he's there. I'm really happy for that, for him, especially since, the last one. Let's see. Let me find it real quick, the old one. And we'll go over the new stuff he's getting ready to do. Yeah. Yeah, his last one, his initial goal was $170,000. He only got 91,000, which I think he hit maybe around 50%. I guess is what it is. I guess I'm not too sure. But yeah, so yeah, that's really good that he's hit over 50% already. You know, it's actually amazing compared to that. You know, he only made 50% in a 30-day span, and within a little over 24 hours, he's already there. And I'm happy for him. I really am. Me personally, I did not actually. The last time around, I was backer number 3 or 4, I think, and he has 270 backers. I've yet to back it. There, and the reason I have, and I want to tell you the reason why I myself personally am waiting and possibly going to wait till the bitter end of all this. Is that when you scroll down, and this is what's really good, is that there are 3 figures: the Steel Brigade, the Bone Collector, and last night when we talked about it on Gumbo, his name's Concord, I think. Is that his name? This dude's name is? And I called him Connor. So, and me and oh shit, I forget the dude's name on Facebook. We were talking about this morning, and I said his name was Connor. He goes, "Yep, from now on, his name is Connor." So we're calling him Connor. That's what his name is. I know it says Condor, but we're calling him Connor now. He's a Connor. That's what he looks like. But anyways, so there's 3 initial in the wave, which is pretty cool. And basically, once he hits the, people who don't understand this, there's a lot of people who really don't understand everything how this actually works. But, whoops. So basically, he has to hit $99,000 in 30 days. And he's really on par to hit that, that everyone who pledges is going to pledge. But he, once he hits $99,000, then these 3 figures are available, period, at that point. So you can pick any of the 3. You can do 1, 2, or 3 figures. So if you want to get just Connor, $30 plus shipping, good deal. Especially, basically, you're getting, a great figure from a toy designer who has given you pretty much a shitload of Marvel Legend figures and a shitload of. I think he worked on some of the Black Series. I'm not for sure. I'm not going to say he did or didn't. I'm not 100%. He's not here to validate that. The one thing he did make that was one of the freaking awesome toys in the world was the Infinity Gauntlet and the Iron and Infinity Gauntlet, which I've had both of those personally. But anyways, this here hits $99,000. You can pick not 1, not 2, but you can get all 3 if you choose to, which is really cool. Now, after the initial ones, then there's, some add-ons. There's some weapons. There's some backpacks. Then this here is really cool. I've talked to a couple of people about this. There is a VIP package on here, $200. And is it? Nope, that's not right. Hold on. This is how I VIP. I think that's right. Yeah, okay, I think that's right. All right, okay, let's read it together. Let's read as a group, guys. Once I find it. Okay, pledge amount of $303 or more, VIP package. Select any 10 unlocked Action Force figures, also including 1 backpack, gear set, and 1 weapon pack. In addition to all the awesomeness, you will receive a Kickstarter exclusive action figure art print by Bali Bella, as well as discounted shipping. Oh, shit, let me go ahead and read this. The first 200 backers that pledge for the VIP package or greater will receive this bonus Steel Brigade Commander exclusive head, which is actually a pretty badass looking head. So the VIP packages, the way I understand it by looking at this, starts here at the 330 mark. It has no time to mention VIP. So anything from 330 on up, $330 up, you get that head as long as you're within the first 200 backers. which as of right now, he only has 43. So there's still room for 157 of you great lucky people out there to get you that extra head for free. But with that, you'll get 10 unlocked Action Force figures. Let's just say, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but let's take on an example. If, let's say all he does is hit the $99,000 mark, and you're within the first 200 people and you pledge $330, but only 3 figures are unlocked. So that means you're going to have to get multiples. So you would have to get, you don't have to get 1 Connor, but you definitely would have to get at least 8 Steel Brigades. That Steel Brigade is going to be a really popular fucking figure, I think. It's awesome looking. It really is. I think it's cool, the extra head. That's a little something extra he did this time around, you know, versus what we were getting from the last. He didn't even offer that last time. And I think what he's doing now is pretty cool. So let me scroll. I know y'all are commenting, and I can't see them right now because I'm on the main page, but I'll get to your questions here shortly. Again, he has the breakdown, which is pretty much the same breakdown he had last time. He's still doing the box art like he did before, which is really cool. Stretch goals. And there's a lot of stretch goals, and I'll try to go through them as quick as possible because I know people don't like hearing me talk. So he's doing some troopers. There's multiple troopers on different platforms, but they're add-ons, and they're unlocked at certain goals. And they don't come in a box. They'll come in a plastic baggie, which is really cool. I think that's a good idea, especially keep the figure at $20, I think. For this first one, it's an urban trooper. Comes with 2 heads and 7 hands. That's pretty cool. So you have multiple hands, no weapons, anything, and then the stand, of course. But that's only unlocked at 111,000. Then at 117,000, you can purchase the gear pack for him, which I guess you'd kind of think, okay, it's really $30, a whole bunch of weapons, a shitload of weapons actually. So you're really at that. Here's where I'm hoping. I hope he hits a minimum of 138,000. If he hits a minimum of 138,000, we're going to get Kirak, which I kind of see him looking kind of like me, a little crazy, bearded, bald, sexy guy. Yeah, that's me all over right there. So I'm really hoping he hits that. I'm really hoping he hits 159 because that's where you get a Swarm Trooper. I kind of don't agree with the Swarm Trooper being this far, not really far, but kind of down the line. I was really hoping he'd be one. Maybe they'd be 4 figures you can choose from at the 99. That'd been great to have 4 figures because I really want a Swarm Trooper really bad because it's really kind of a badass looking figure, you know. So, but that's at 159, and then we got the other. We got a Riot Trooper, 171, Plain Jane. You have 177. You get his pack, extra money, of course. Triggers at 198. If they hit that 198, then Eclipse. I believe that's version 1 Eclipse. Yeah, 219. I thought I saw that figure. I guess I figured maybe it'd be a little bit on the lower tier, but that's just me, I guess. Another as a 219, 223 is another weapon gear pack. Then Pandora, I think, is an awesome looking figure, but she's up there at 244. Desert Trooper at 256, and then his gear pack at 262. Then Downrange over at 283. I can't recall whether Downrange was a very sought after figure or not. I don't recall him mentioning that to me per se, but maybe I'm wrong. Then there's version 2 Swarm Trooper, which is amazing looking. That is at a 304. Then this one here, is it unreachable to get this kind of money? No, it's not. It's just whether people want to, do it. Is the point. And the female trooper, Steel Brigade, is really cool. Some people are cool about it, some people aren't. I was at first on the fence of it, but it's kind of growing on me a little bit. And hopefully, if they get enough people at this tier of whoopsie, where are we at? 325, yeah. And then Swarm Gear Pack at 333, which is this cool backpack, like they fly and everything. Then an Arctic Trooper at 345. 351 is his gear pack. A Garrison Trooper, 372. And then High Point at 393. And Eclipse, which version 2, which is the last one, at $414,000. So at the rate he's going, it's not unreachable. It can happen. He's currently at, let's see, let's go back to the top, 270 backers. His last one, he had 419 backers. So, I mean, if he gets another 200 backers, that should easily put him over the 99, I think, depending on how they, spend their money, I guess. I'm not too sure how it's going to work. I'll leave that there. So let's see some questions here. Committing to the 3 figures now, plus the weapon and backpacks. Then I'll increase my pledge as more figures are unlocked. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at, because me and Rick were going to do the all-in last time, and it was like so many figures. And at the time, it was only 4. So if he hit the 4, then we were going to get stuck with like 3 of each. Yeah, I think like 3 of each figure, and we weren't wanting 3 of them unless they were, troop builders. We didn't want to get stuck with, so many comments is what it was. So, Chris, last time I backed number 6, but this time I'm also waiting until the end, hoping that a lot of other characters get unlocked so I can get the ones that I want. McDowell backed all 3 figures. If they get the swarm unlocked, I'm going 4 figures. Character Trooper still brigade. Yeah, I think you actually just nailed it on which ones I wanted as well. I want Steel Brigade. I want Bone Collector. I'm not a big fan of Connor, whatever his name is. I have no interest in getting the weapon packs or the book or the backpacks, stuff of that nature. Let's see. If they get to the 159,000, then I would also do 4. I would do Steel Brigade, Bone Collector, Carrick, and the Swarm Trooper. Then after that, they would have to hit 244 for me because there are 5 to get Pandora. That's about it. That's where I'm at on that. So with this being said, and I can't say for sure, not because I don't know, because I think Bobby had everything really lined out really good on what he was going to do as far as the factories and stuff. And I really hope that he does not have, I hope he doesn't have issues like, the Larry Hama figure and those guys who've been doing, so hopefully, they get, I'm hoping they get really, because he has a deadline of December 2020. So this is kind of going to end November 17th. So we're looking at a little bit over a year in getting those. Hopefully that works out really well and it actually happens. Stop it. And that works out well for him. And thanks for swinging in, McDowell. Appreciate it. And so hopefully, there's no issues, because this is, kind of a lot of money to, look, it's updating in live time. Another backer just hanging there. More money going. That's really funny. So it's kind of like, that's a lot of money, because you're talking, I pledged $25, and if I'm out $25, then I guess I'm just out $25 and I'll never see it. But if I was to do the 4, that's $115. That's that's a lot of not a lot. I mean, that's more than I'm willing to lose. So it's kind of like, do you kind of want to take the chance? I mean, is it the point where people are weary and not willing to take the chance in spending money on Kickstarter anymore is the case. I mean, for me per se, $25, okay, whatever. If I lose it, I'll lose it. But we're talking, $115. That's a good sizable amount of money in my opinion. I think if I remember correctly, Bobby had stuff lined out really well. I think he had someone on the inside that was going to be working on it and everything for him. So hopefully there's no issues on that. Hope Bobby gets it. I really think it's on par to actually hit it, no problem. I mean, we're talking, right now we're at $50,112. 29 days ago, I don't think he did that his first 24 hours over there. So, just hold on a sec. So yeah, hopefully, Bobby, this gets funded. Hopefully, it gets to at least for me personally, I hope it gets to at least the Swarm Trooper. I hope everyone does get everything they want all the way to the top. Tier, I know, who was it? What is this? Brando 4569 wants the two lady figures. Yeah, and I really want the Pandora. That one looks really good. I actually like that one a lot. It looks really good. So I really hope he hits it. Hopefully, maybe Bobby can find some time. He can. Well, I guess that'd be three ladies. If you get, I'm sure everyone wants both versions of Eclipse. I guess. Hopefully, Bobby gets some time where he can make it on the show next time and talk about it. Let's see. Another thing I'll leave this up here. No, actually, stop. All right, there we go. Let's see here. I haven't really looked too much into this because they were always talking about filming this Snake Eyes movie and yada, yada, yada. And they said it was happening, then it was, then it got delayed, then it got pushed back, then it got canceled, then they got someone else. I mean, it's been one line of BS after BS. So it's kind of like you don't know what to believe. But apparently they're filming because someone posted over on Twitter that they were technically filming a scene outside his office, rushing the building. The scene is a quick one. Several actors rush into a building from outside from both the right and the left through a garage door, hands on their swords. The costume is red and black, modern clothing. They run into the building and the door closes right as they enter. You cannot tell if there are any main actors in this scene. There's a link over in his tank. Skinny posted this over there. It's under first look as Snake Eyes filming. So you can take that for what it's worth. Let's see. Then there was some chick that just recently got something weaving becomes Scarlet for G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. I'm not sure who she really is. Mayhem. I guess she played in a movie called Mayhem with Stephen Yeun from Yeun or whatever his name was from The Walking Dead. Ever since the movie was announced, yada yada yada. She will replace actress Rachel Nichols for the same role, which made her live action debut in 2009, G.I. Joe: Rise of Cobra. I'm actually wondering why they didn't go back to any of the original actors. I guess they just want to, clean their heads of them. She's an Australian actress, well known for her action in Mayhem and Ready or Not. I haven't seen either one of them. So I don't know. I guess we'll kind of see what happens. There's no telling what's going to happen, to be honest with you, on some of this. I don't believe a lot of it till it happens. Oh yeah, that's right. The female steel brigade. So there's Eclipse, female steel brigade, and Pandora. So there's three, really four if you add the version 2 of the Eclipse. Okay. Let me find where I was at. So there's an actress who's going to play Scarlet, and then let's see. There was a thread I was watching on here, but I'm not too sure, I guess. So yeah, so they're actually filming it, I guess you could really say. So I guess that's good to a degree. They'll actually, something will get done, but I mean, until it's, I guess a date's been given. Or maybe a date has been given, I just haven't seen it. Another thing, I've been meaning to talk about this for a while now. There is a guy over here on the his tank. And this here is what kind of concerns me on people who want to do Kickstarters. When you have someone like this, a guy started a thread. He's from Holland. He joined the His Tank August this year. He has a total of 14 posts. I am kickstarting a Real American Hero G.I. Joe Army Builder. It's not a copy of a G.I. Joe figure like the figures made by Black Major or Red Laser. It's a whole new figure that is made of Joe figure parts. I am an Army builder myself and like to have several figures of a Cobra Army builders. And I have several Steel Brigade figures and just got a few green shirts. But that is the only Joe Army builder I can find Real American Hero still. Now this is the figure that I'd like to have made, and then there's a link. The figure is now painted prototypes, yada yada yada. And is it an O-ring? I can't remember if it was an O-ring or not. Yeah, they're an O-ring figure is what it amounts to. And this is what kind of, I guess, threw me off. He's basically asking, if people would be interested in asking if he was going to, they'd be interested in funding him. Kickstarter, if I don't link to it. Yeah, one guy posted it, and I understood what he was saying. It was like a Kickstarter without a link to a Kickstarter. Okay, then. And then the same guy said, also another Kickstarter using official Hasbro trademarks. Didn't we learn from the last time that happened? Now we go back to, I can't remember the guy's name, what the name of the item was, but it goes back to, when it was the guy, he was on the show back when we first started, where he was going to, it was that big army snake thing. It was like two scenes of a movie or something like that. I can't remember the name of it now. It's drawing a blank. But he was like almost like he was funded, almost funded, or whatever the case may be. And Hasbro sent a cease and desist, and Kickstarter shut his ass down. That was the end we heard of that. And then now someone else came out and they did the exact same thing, but they didn't call it. He called it exactly what it was, I think, man. Cobra or something like that. Should never have done that to begin with. But anyways, but this guy here, he's talking about doing an army builder, but I kind of, that would kind of bring a red flag to me. A guy, especially from Holland, which Yeah, see, I even commented. I don't know if there's a lot. I don't know if there's a lot of Kickstarters that haven't been fulfilled yet, but yet don't think I could put more money behind something else that might be a couple of years before I see them. And this goes back to me thinking, look at the Larry Hama figure. It's kind of like here it is, almost 2 years in a way. Maybe 2 years, and we still haven't seen it. It's I don't know. I just don't feel like it. And there's just See, here's where I knew the subject was at. Someone said something about being burned. Okay, here's where and I was right. If the campaign doesn't succeed, the money is never taken. If the campaign succeeds, there's no guarantee from Kickstarter or any other authority that he's aware of that will do anything about you not getting your rewards if the project fails for any reason. On the other hand, no action figure Kickstarter has defaulted as has happened in the video game development side of Kickstarter. Project being delayed, especially long term, one live action figure is not the same as being burned by any. So he's saying there is no guarantee that because you're funding a reward, and if you don't get the reward, there's nothing Kickstarter can really do about it. Is what it sounds like. So, but I'm not really big on being an O-ring kind of guy, anyways. And they really, let's see, when was the last time they said anything? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on, here we go. Let's go take a look over at this. Yeah. Oh, I'm not one to sit here and be a dick about it, but who am I kidding? Yeah, I am. Okay, I'll go ahead and screen share this. I just now found it. Today is the 19th. He did start a Kickstarter. Let's see. Where's it? All right. I hope that was the right. Nope. Wrong one. Hold on, give me a second here. I'll figure it out. Chrome tab. I think this is it. Yeah, should be it. All right, cool. We're all looking at it. Here it is. This trooper he's doing. All right, he needs $11,169, $44 for this one O-ring, I guess. Let's see. Trooper ASTB. I now that the Jesus Christ, dude. If you're gonna put stuff on paper and pen, learn to fucking say shit correctly. I know that the G.I. Joe GIs are very good and can fight a whole battalion of snake men. But what do they do with the prisoners? GIs do not kill the prisoners they make. Trooper takes over the task and captures the prisoners, guards them until they are tired. They also specialize in guarding the big GI's headquarters and the training facility all over the world. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is this? 11-year-old kid, for God's sakes? I mean, come on, dude. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I will be just that jerk. I'll just be that jerk. I'm gonna be that jerk. That's all it's to it. Let me get back over here. Shit, wrong one. ASTB stands for Army Specialist Troop Builders. Okay, that clears that all up for me. Special operation in the desert or jungle is also no problem for the troopers. The drill instructor has a great example for them, and they look up to Beachhead. Dude, you've got to redo this because you're going to get your ass shut down. You're using Beachhead, which is a trademark name. Why are they training the Busty for desert warfare? And Falcon, another trade name, did the jungle training. That makes an expert of every ASTB trooper. This is the perfect arm build for all real American hero collectors, and it's one of the few G.I. Joe Army builders. So in this this is a pitch off the figures and our custom painted prototype. This is not the final color of the figures. Well, I would hope not, because I think my 11-year-old could do a better job than that. Desert Yellow Trooper will have I guess I can't read it. Tavor 21 custom weapons. Jungle Green Trooper will have M4 CQQ Capaticon weapon. I guess I'm just a fucking moron. I don't understand half the shit he's saying in this thing. I just really don't get it. I'm looking back at my questions. Yeah, I won't be backing any more crowdfunding action figure lines ever again. JD, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hate for that. I guess the Larry Hama burned you. Go ahead and you can answer that, and I'll get back to you in a second. The file card is a Kickstarter exclusive, and only the backers of this project can get one. The card back is printed in red like the mail-in figure. Okay, so you're saying you're copying the mail-in figure, which was a kind of like a official thing from Hasbro. Okay, then. There is a factory that is ready and prepared and to fabricate the figures in the colors, and a printer to make the file card for all the backers. Well, hopefully you do not have the same factory as the guys that Larry Hama had, because that's the case. It's going to be a couple years where we see our shit. I think this is a nice army builder, especially if you put several together in a group. It is a newly designed figure and not just a copy of a Cobra figure in new colors like some people do with Cobra figures. Yeah, there are a lot of them out there. This dude's calling you fuckers out. This is hilarious. He's basically saying, this is funny. It really is. I swear to God, I think this dude's 7 years old. Yeah, I'm glad you think it's nice. I'm glad, it's a nice Kickstarter. Yeah, nice figure. Hand paint. I mean, I can tell it's hand painted after looking at the rivets being painted. And you can tell up here a little bit in the yellow. Anyways, let me get down here and finish, and then I can critique it some more, I guess. The GIs are outnumbered, and we have to change that. I hope you will back my project and make this happen. Risk and challenges. The factory is arranged and ready to start. So that's no problem. Well, tell that to the other people who have backed Kickstarters and haven't seen their shit yet. Still, that's no problem, and the file card is no problem either. Yeah, because it sounds like you're printing off in your mother's basement because it's arranged already. That's where you live at. I am going to try to arrange everything and get the figures to the backers within 6 to 8 months. If the Kickstarter continues, of course. Learn the accountabilities of Kickstarter. Everybody, see that? That's a clickable link. Y'all need to go click that shit and read everything about Kickstarter, what they can and cannot do. Now, looking at these pledges, it's all in different amounts of money. And I do not know what the money converted to, whatever. I guess it's UK money. Shit, I don't know. Okay, Okay, it looks like this is a $40 US. His goal is $10,000. Well, I just don't get this. We're going to have fun with it. If you want the green dude, the Jungle Green Trooper, apparently pledge. Okay, it says about 19. So I guess that's 19 US dollars. And you get one Jungle Green Trooper plus one weapon. Is there weapons in? I see no weapons. So what do these weapons look like? That's what I want to know. He's saying May 2020. So you're telling me that I'm going to get this if it's done after Bobby's and get it before Bobby. Okay. We'll make sure we're on the same schedule there. I don't believe it, to be honest with you. But anywho, Jungle Green Trooper 1 for $19. If you want to get the yellow one, that's another $19. 2 troopers, you get one of each, which is $38, which that makes no sense. That really doesn't. I mean, 19 and 19 are 38. So you think you'd get kind of a little bit discount. Oh, I see what he did there. Okay, in order to get the file card, you have to get the 2 trooper deal for $38. That's what it is. They got one backer for that. I would like to meet said backer. I would like to have you on the show and see why you like giving money away. If so, I have a timeshare in Branson I'd love to give you some money on. So, yeah, definitely hit me up. You can think I'm a dick later on. I don't care. So, yeah. So, basically, the only difference in getting, like, if you were to go and get 1 and 1 and pay the same price as this, then you would get no file card. But if you do that, you get the file card. Okay. Or, let's see here, $112, you can get 6 Jungle Troopers. Let me get my calculator out. Let's do the math on this real quick. Let's see if he's giving you any kind of discounts. It says about 112. So take 112 divided by 6. $18.66. So you are saving, 34 cents, I figure, by buying 6. Okay, I guess that's a deal. I guess that's better than what Walmart does. Same thing on the yellow, Desert Yellow Trooper. Big lot. There's 10 limited for this one. The big lot of $891 American dollars. 50 troopers, big lot. So we're going to take the calculator out one more time. 891 is what that is. I'm assuming that's American dollars divided by 50. That's 1762 a figure for this guy. That doesn't really map out everything very good, in my opinion, on his Kickstarter. I'm not one to, I don't know. I'm not one to really kind of be a dick about people's Kickstarters. I'll voice my opinion, and if they don't like it, then you can unsubscribe and never watch me again, as far as I'm concerned. But when we're talking about this dude here, who started something in a thread over on TFW, and someone was like, yeah, I'll back that Kickstarter. And then it's like, okay, great, I'll get it started, is what he said. And I'm thinking, it just don't make too much sense. One guy says, I like O-Ring, Kickstarter idea, lukewarm on the concept. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to say, but this will not be funded as is. Only 2 color choices and 1 basic mold. And are those all Joe Hasbro parts? Not even a discount in price the more you pledge for. Oh, no, hold on a sec, Ozzy, who posted over here on the Hess Tank and sometimes watches the show. There is a discount. We did the math. There's 34 cents per figure. A big discount. You need someone to edit your work, as it is chock full of grammar, spelling, punctuation errors. The reason he says this is he's a school teacher. I don't blame him one bit, because me reading it was hard enough. Back to the drawing board, my friend. Exactly. 100% agreed. So let's see here. 8 over on the His Tank boards says, I hate to say it, but Ozzy is right. You're not quite ready. He's not. You can read this as a list of criticisms if you want, but I'm actually trying to help a little. Yeah, there's a whole list here. My back hurts. Writing Kickstarter campaign pages is not easy. A sales pitch will turn people off, but It is basically a sales pitch, so it needs to be done carefully, even if English is not your first language. It needs to be well written for people to trust you and their ways. People who want to know where the 11,000 is going to be spent, even if it's a sample as saying something like manufacturing costs of 9,000, print of 1,000, and I need 1,000 for office supplies, basically, what it amounts to. More pictures of graphic ethic, etc. You don't even show the back of the prototype figures. I wouldn't buy off eBay without seeing the back, let alone a Kickstarter. He's got you there. Personally, I hate campaigns. There are creators that can or won't identify risk and challenges properly. If you're going to include file card as your only exclusive, then it needs to be better. You need artwork and nicely written text on the concept. Yep. Your reward tiers are terrible, in my honest opinion. The only tier that anyone is likely to consider is the 17 and 34 one, is limited to 300. Obviously, the project won't reach 11,000 minimum. That's going to put people off. It reads like you're using Kickstarter money to produce some figures to sell afterwards. That's fine, but your backers take all the risk. That's right. And anyone who wants a figure later has no risk. Expect backers to realize this and find a way to make them want to take the risk with you. The figures look good, no doubt about that. I want this to work. I love that you're trying to do something that is much more classic Joe than I see everywhere else. So yeah, there are some, like I said, there are some issues with his Kickstarter that I named off. One's definitely the way he talks, punctuations. Like I said, definitely English is not his first language. There's not much of a price difference if you buy in bulk. With the issues that Kickstarters are currently having, that is a big red flag, a big no-no for me. Even wanting to back Bobby's is kind of a, I guess me personally, if I didn't know Bobby and trust him, I wouldn't back his project, or when I do back his project. That's just how it is. Just how it's going to be, I guess, really. The whole debacle with the Fresh Monkeys fiction line is not Bill's fault. His line is at the mercy of the manufacturers, but yeah, the junior high kid posting a Kickstarter for his custom beach heads. Yeah, I kind of think that myself. I don't know, man. And then of course your question here, yeah, he's at the mercy of it, but I mean, I think, like Chris said earlier, I think we're kind of upset that we are kept in the dark as long as we were. That's, granted, mine's only $25, but there are backers that had quite a bit of money invested, large amounts, $100 to $100, $85 pledges and $100 pledges, and so I'm kind of like, that kind of irks me a little bit that you're not telling us about this, kind of like, now, what else is there you're not, telling us about it now, I guess is what I would say. So I guess with that being said, I mean, that's kind of all I really had. I mean, I had no one to shoot any ideas off or anyone to actually interview, I guess, for once. It happens more often than you'd think. Yeah, so we know Fresh Monkeys, Larry Hama was held hostage. He is now set to be released, and hopefully they're expecting into the year, if not the late January 2020, getting a figure, which, God, I hope it comes, because I don't know, man. Just wanted to be here, be done and over with, in my opinion, but that's just me. If you're a 6-inch collector or a fan of Bobby Val's work, I do highly recommend that you go over to Valaverse on Kickstarter and find a pledge that fits you per se. Or you can, you can always change your pledges. You can go in there and pledge let's say you only want 2 of the figures. Let's say you just want Steel Brigade and Bone Collector. Go in there and pledge now for the 2. And the 2 is $58. Remember, on any Kickstarter program, you're not charged until after or if the Kickstarter has met all requirements and funding. If they don't reach their goal, then nothing's taken out of your account. So it's not going to hurt to go ahead and pledge. Of course, I should take my own advice on that, and I haven't. But so if you definitely want 2, but you want more, pledge. The 2 at $58. That's just more money to get towards that $99,000. And then if your other figures you want come available through the add-ons, like for me, especially a Carrick and a Swarm Trooper, then you bump up your pledge. You can always go back and change your pledges, or raise them. They'll definitely let you take more. Then you'd be like me and Chris. Those are the exact 4 we both want, and you're looking at $115 plus the taxes, or not taxes, the shipping. Which at the bottom of the whole thing, it tells you it's international shipping. Shipping costs for America 4 figures, $15. So 3 or 4 figures, you're still looking at $15. 1 figure, $16. 2 figures, $11. So you'd be looking at, if you did the 4 at 15, you're looking at here. Is that 115? 4 figures. Where's it at? Dan? Yeah, you'd be looking at 130 shipped for the 4 figures. If, like me and Chris, we want 4 specific ones. Hopefully everyone, wants to get a lot of these figures. There's 28 backers right now on 4 figures. Let's see, which one was there? The VIP package ones, there's 43 backers still. $400 pledge, 12 figures, 7 backers. $500 backers, 6 of them. Wow. 14 backers on $680 backers. That's 20. People are going to, I think, buy this strictly for the Steel Brigades. I really think that's where they're at on that. So if you're a 6-inch collector or you like Bobby, go ahead and back his project. Again, you can always change it. I think this time around he's actually going to hit it. And I'm actually glad to hear that. Again, I'll probably back it later on down the road, but I'll end up backing it for sure before the 30 days is up, regardless if it's even close to backing or not, or if there's any issues later on. This one guy with the Real American Hero, ASTB Trooper, I would stay away from that. Kind of like herpes, man. Stay away from that one. I just don't know. Read for yourself. It's listed as under Kickstarter ARAH ASTB Trooper. A action figure troop builder. I just don't know, man. That's, like I said, that's something I would stay away from. But anywho, that's it for tonight's show. I do appreciate everyone who watched. I know I don't really get to do this as often as I wanted to. I know there's not a whole lot of context out there sometimes. I know there are some stuff I could reach out and talk about, but I know there's other podcasts that do that kind of stuff. I do appreciate all the followers I have on YouTube. I think I'm at the 403. So if you're not a follower, I would appreciate you to like and subscribe to the channel or tell your friends about it. We've been going on this December will be 3 years. since we started Just Our G.I. Joe show. Hopefully, Fred will be back with me soon. And then we'll, who knows, maybe we'll get some interesting stuff going on, get Bobby on. Also, I didn't get to talk about it. I just now realized it, but for people who collect the Cowboys from J.E. Russell, he put up pre-orders for the Lost Five. Definitely go over there to Facebook page and hit him up with that, and get those last 5 figures. I can't remember the price off the top of my head. I should have looked more into it before the show, but I didn't. So my apologies on that. But definitely check it out, guys. Be sure to put the money behind the people you want to get stuff from. Be sure to do your homework. Be sure to understand the Kickstarter program, how everything works. Just don't go out throwing your money around nilly-willy, because if you are, I wouldn't mind taking some of it. I'm sure there might be a street corner girl who might want some of it. Who knows? But with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for people who stuck with me for an hour and 11 minutes rambling on. And I appreciate everyone who does watch the show and everyone who comments. And you'll have a good night, and hopefully I'll be back on either by myself or with somebody here in 2 weeks. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I appreciate it.